what's up you guys? This is MCLegoboy here with 75306 Imperial probe droid. How many pieces? 683 pieces of 18 and up adult Lego Star Wars stuff. I don't know what to call it. So yeah, I bought this because there were other promotions that were happening. I doubled up on like double points and two different promotionals that overlapped on one another, and I got it mainly to get to a certain threshold to get that extra stuff. I pre-ordered the Bad Batch shuttle, so that's how this came about. It is $60, and for 683 pieces, that's pretty good. And in addition to those 683 pieces, you get a ton of extra pieces. We got gold 1x3 bars. We got like some roller skates. We got all kinds of things. We got a brick separator, and we've got a ton of extra parts that came with the Batman weapons pack. Ooh, there's the ice skate. No, don't. You gotta stay in this bag over here. All kinds of random pieces. Not all of them used, of course. But yeah, just all kinds of crazy looking things. So pretty cool to have a number of extra parts that could be used for all kinds of greeblings and whatnot in Pearl Dark Gray. As for the set itself, it's cool. It's really cool to get a detailed and accurate version of the I guess the Viper probe droid. The first time that we ever got a probe droid in a set, it was the Hoth, the Rebel Hoth base from 2007. This is what it looked like. It shows its age well. Good little smattering of dust on it too. There have been a few other iterations of it, but I never got any of those. So yeah, from this to finally having a full-scale version that looks good. Not that this doesn't look good, but you know what I get at. So yeah, got these big, thick instructions. Big square instructions, and nothing to really talk about there, so just put those back in there like that. And one of the issues with this set is that it's tall, so I can't really shoot it well with the camera, but I'm gonna try my best. So the first thing that you build is this stand, and I do appreciate that they are going with a motif. It's much better than, say, the BB-8 type stand, where it's just a black stand with a few little prongs to make sure that it holds BB-8's body, and then there's like this thing sticking out the side. This feels like it's integrated. It's part of Hoth itself, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. Excuse the unintended pun. And then, you've got the droid itself. It's suspended on this clear stack of 2x2 bricks and a 2x2 brick on the bottom that has an axle cut out in it. It uses a 16 long axle, which is the longest axle you can have until you get to 32. So one of my biggest issues with this set is that while I am complaining that it's too tall to make a review for, it doesn't seem tall enough because these legs are they're very close to the ground. I would prefer it to be maybe a bit more like that. So I would say maybe a 20 or a 24 long axle would have been good. Because as it stands right now, it seems a bit short considering all of these long dangly legs. So yeah, the construction of the body is just, I mean, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to really explain it. There's all kinds of different techniques used to get these on the side. Where is it in the instructions so I can spoil the heck out of this build should you choose to get it? Here we go. So we've got some simple just like studs on the side of things that connect stuff. We've got clips that connect stuff, and then we've got stuff on bars connected to like jumper plates inside. It's wild, and then it gets even crazier up on the head. But that, you know, we don't really have time to get into all the craziness that goes on the head. It is kind of a tedious build in the sense that there are so many legs that you got to make sure that the spacing on parts is correct and you're not doing anything wrong, because there were some sections where like, wait, did I do that right? No, turns out I had it flipped upside down. So, you know, just a few instances of weird things going on, but these legs are just wild. Some are a bit loose. The kind of flop around a bit. Others you can make more deliberate moves with them, so that's pretty cool. Got a number of 1x3 bars, just 3 long bars in black. A number of black candle pieces. Like I said, the Batman weapon pieces. There are a ton of dark gray 1x1 studs with holes in them. Just all kinds of things that are just very neat to see for the first time, in my case, or just to like know that there's a set out there with a ton of these. So if you are just like looking for parts, this might be a good way to bulk up on some parts. $60 again for 683 pieces plus all the extras. Like, I would say that it's definitely worth the money. If anything, I would say that like maybe we're missing a few arms, but I don't think we are. This is practically an Ultimate Collector Series set, very much in the same vein as the Droids sets that have come before. So, yeah. Oh, and you also get some of these BB9E heads that are unprinted in dark gray. Again, like, there's a number of good parts in here, just in the legs alone. And it takes a while to build each of these legs, because again, you got to make sure that things are spaced out properly before they all hook together. And I guess that's my cue to say, yeah, there's a ton of bars and clips, and I'm a little concerned that a number of them are going to break. Although I don't plan on doing anything for years. I just, like, the whole concept of snapping pieces, bars and clips together, it spells doom. I'm just saying, for me, that's what happens. I've heard people say, oh yeah, man, I've used illegal connections on all my clips and they've never broken. And I'm like, that is a flat out lie. But more power to you, because clearly I don't have the best of luck. Yeah, continuing on with other details on the sides. There's not much repetition in the build except for this lower body portion, where you do have to make things in order of 4s. But for the most part, it's a very diverse build. So it was never boring. It was just, there were times where it was tedious when it came to the legs. and then also the head up on top. We got a few stickers. None of them are hard to apply, except for maybe the one that makes up the plaque. So be careful applying your stickers, especially that big one. But we got the little turret that it shoots out at Han and Chewbacca on Hoth. And then if you just look at all the different eyes that this thing has, just a whole mess of different eyes. Pretty cool. I would say that this is definitely the best view. Like if you were putting this on display, this would be kind of the angle that you would want, which is why I'm following the instructions in terms of how you place this. And the head does move. So if you do want to have, let's say, this greeble up front, then, but you want the head to be a certain way, you can always do that. So I don't know. There's not much else to say. It's a great set for display. It's intended for adults since the 18 and up age range for the set. If I had any complaints, I think some people might complain that they're using dark gray instead of black. However, then how do you differentiate some of the other details that aren't as discernible if you were doing black parts all over, So I think the dark gray is a good choice for color. It's maybe not the best, but I think it also kind of looked a little bit more dark gray in shows like The Clone Wars or Rebels. And what's interesting to note about that is I just realized that the Imperial Probe Droid, it was just in the Ryloth episodes of The Bad Batch, and it was being used as an Imperial probe droid. But we've also seen these same droids used by the Separatists. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you think about it for a second, I'm like, wait a minute. So, were they both using probe droids during the Clone Wars? Were both sides using them? Or was it really only the Separatists, and then because Palpatine was orchestrating everything, it was like, hey, use those probe droids over there? I don't know. But it's just an interesting idea. And was there anything else that I had to say about this? I don't think so. I guess if I could say anything, anything more, you know how I like to ramble. I would say, man, can't ever get these things to break off the way you want. There we go. You can kind of get away with displaying it from this direction, and the only reason why I would consider doing that is because depending on how your display options are, and swap this body around maybe to make better use of the legs that might get in the way of the plaque or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I want to display it with the tag on the other side, and there's no way to really mirror the base because it uses non-symmetrical parts. So you're kind of stuck with what you got if you want to have things rotated around. You might have to dig into your parts collection and reverse some things. So anyway, this set, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't suggest it for anybody that really doesn't care too much about display sets, of course. Really, I was not sure if I was even going to get it because while it looked cool, I didn't really have the space, and I still don't really have the space, but, you know, I wanted to get, this, this old, Charles Dickens thing, and it needed $150, and it's like, I was already spending $100, what's an extra $50, even though I'm not making money at all, and about to spend like another $200 some odd dollars on stuff that's coming out on August 1st, so, you know, I'm not being very responsible with my money. I had stuff saved up, but, you know, that stuff's gonna be gone, so... But I don't really regret getting it, because it was an enjoyable build, and it'll look cool wherever I decide to put it. I'm still not 100% sure where I want to put this, because it's definitely not going to fit on the shelf that has all of my Technic and sculptural character builds. I'm thinking maybe it'll go up in the corner with all the Imperial stuff, but I'm really just not sure at the moment.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
This is where all the sculptural stuff used to be, but now it's over here, so now my probe droid can live right there. Look at all this stuff. Doesn't look all that bad. So, yeah. But probe droid lives here. So anyway, this has been MCLegoboy with 75306, the Imperial probe droid. See you guys.